Good morning, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today is May 26, 2026, and we are scheduled for a meeting conference of the Philippine Civil Works projects and one civil works project for bid opening. So before we formally open this proceeding, they will request Attorney General for an presentation.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Assalamualaikum and good morning. Let us pray. Allow me to pray in our Muslim prayer. So for those who are non-Muslim, you may pray the way you pray. Solemnly. Para kung nasa grupo kung mag-video ko Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربي زدني علما نافعا وارزقنا فهما واسعا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين وصلى الله على خير خلقه سيدنا محمد بفضل سبحان ربك ذي العزة عما يصفون سلام على المرسلين.
Thank you, Attorney. So may request the Secretariat to follow the role of attendees as well as to recognize or acknowledge our guests.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning, everyone. For today's regular conference, for 15 contracts with civil works here by the attendees. Attorney Jahara A. Alim Padato, the back chairperson, also acknowledging that we have just received a memorandum that the back members have already been reconstituted. And also, Engineer Bashir Mr. Second Ibrahim, our back vice chairperson. Sir Zerfan, Piman Sumayan, back member. Engineer Merico L. Maraki, back provisional member representing the end user. Sir Anthony Vitamita, caretaker of the Equipment Management Division. Engineer Masiding M. Magomna, OIC Chief of the Maintenance Division. Attorney Omari S. Anirol, Head of the back PWG. Attorney Yusuf Al-Bukhari P. Rakim, back PWG member. Engineer Jessica Romano, back Secretariat. Ma'am Grace Marcelo, back Secretariat. Engineer Roberto Gabriel Cornalico Culong, from the Planning and Design Division. Engineer Vanessa J. Salazar, back Secretariat. Engineer Janelle Manuel Romano, procurement staff. And we also have joining us today our representatives from different construction firms. We have Sir Romnick Valleopa from Nivo Construction. We have Alfeo Shin Arosa. And the following names that will be called are OJT and student interns from Nivo Construction. Alfea Shin Arosa, Christian L. Castor, Siren J. Senores, Gerald Yan Veloso, Kent Aldrin Delia, Mark Nel Escalano, Nikos John Briones, and Alea Charis Mandat. We also have Ma'am Sherilyn Lapides from JDRC Construction and Supplies Corporation. Also, Ma'am Maria Laurali Martiaga from Tamantaka Builders. Sir Paule Andre Macapagal from Aperon Construction Solutions. Mon Michelle D. Cordero from Art Cordero Construction. Sir Jeffrey Cartagena from Salmega Builders. Sir Andrew Guadalupe from Beauty Builders. And also Sir Robert from the same contractor. Sir Albu Kasi Lintang from SMA Builders. And Sir Abe Sani from Aperon Construction. Sir Jaime Andres from GE Sales Hardware and Construction Supplies. And Sir Oliver Lawrence Santos from OG Santos Construction. That would be also.
Thank you, Engineer Jan. So we welcome all of our participants in today's back activities. So considering that all of the back members are in attendance, so if you're ready to the conference and the meeting, inform and inform. May we confirm also with the secretary and the observers from the private sectors and NGOs as well as our auditor.
Yes, at first, we have the invitation to the private sector is NGOs and governments responsible through mail and email.
So please put it on record that we have invited observers from the private sectors and NGOs as well as our resident auditor that can attend today's conference. Nevertheless, their non-attendance shall not nullify this proceeding. And also our activities is currently live streamed in the official social media account, in the YouTube account of DPWH Regional Office 12 and may be accessed via Zoom in the link provided in the invitation to read as well as in the DPWH website. So for today's preview conference, we have 15 civil works projects. So these are 25 MO 0081, which is already a reinvitation to the construction of multi-purpose building, barangay hall, barangay Sangay, Calamansi, Sarang Gudarat. 25 MO 0169, construction of multi-purpose building, community youth development center, phase 2, barangay Poblacion, Dato Paglas, Maguindanao del Sur. 25 MO 0174, construction or improvement of access roads leading to declared tourism destinations. Junction Davao Bukidnon Road to Barangay San Miguel leading to Lupisan Eco Sites, Barangay San Miguel, Arakan, North Cotabato. 25 MO 0196, preventive maintenance, Davao Cotabato Road, Junction Digos Cotabato section, kilometer station K1724 plus 000 to K1724 plus 100 to Sultan Kudarat, Maguindanao. 25 MO 0269, construction of rainwater collection system, Matalam, 4 units, Carmen, 3 units, President Rojas, 2 units, Antipas, 2 units, Tulunan, 2 units, Mlang, 2 units, Plan, 5 units, Kiamba, 2 units, Maitung, 2 units, Maasim, 2 units, Malapatan, 2 units, and Anabel, 2 units. 25 MO 0270, repair maintenance of DPWH General Office 12, multi-purpose covered court or the staff house, parking area, guardhouse and court section. Building network, DPWH Region 12 compound, Coronadan City. 25 MO 0272, repair maintenance of DPWH building, Regional Office 12, administrative building for the RPIO office and roof deck, Zone 3, Coronadal City. 26 MO 0011, preventive maintenance, Isulan Junction, Ninoy Aquino Road, K1785 plus or to minus 755 to kilometer station K1785 plus 897 is Isulan Sultan Kudarat. 26 MO 0012, preventive maintenance, Maharlika Highway, Marbel Mapar Road, K1665 plus 088 to K1665 plus 506, K1665 plus 506 to K1665 plus 795. Pulumulok, South Cotabato in various GNH sections. 26 MO 0013, preventive maintenance, Maharlika Highway, Marbel Mapar Road, K1676 plus 268. K1677 plus 082, Pulumulok, South Cotabato. 26 MO 0052, road widening, Sarangani, Davao del Sur, Coastal Road. K1681 plus 892.2, K1687 plus 379, Plan Sarangani. 26 MO 0053, road widening, Sarangani, Davao del Sur, Coastal Road. K1705 plus 121 to K1711 plus 500, Plan Sarangani. 26 MO 0067, road widening, Maharlika Highway, Marvel Mapar Road, K1661 plus 348, K1663 plus 500, K1667 plus 744 to K1668 plus 000 to K1669 plus 065 to K1669 plus 243 to K1670 plus 000 to K1671 plus 000, K1673 plus 350 to K1675 plus 196, Pulumulok, South Cotabato. 26 MO 0137, road widening, Davao Cotabato Road, Junction Digos Cotabato section, K1663 plus 116 to K1663 plus 945, Pagalungan, Maguindanao. And finally, 26 MO 0139, widening of Minsayap, Bulawan, Mapar Road, K1720, +86 to K1722 +884 Dato Setibo Maguindano. So to present the basic contract data of all of the civil works projects, so may we hear from the Chief of Planning and Design Division, Mr. Batalbak, Vice Chairperson, Sir Mashur, Second, Ibrahim.
Madam Chair, good morning, everyone. The basic contract data for contract ID 25 MO0081. Construction of multipurpose building, Barangay Hall, Barangay Sangay, Karaman 6, Sultan Kudarat. The approved budget for the contract is 4,950,000. Source of funds, FY 2025 GMA, contract duration is 145 calendar days. Cost of billing documents is 5,000. The required PCAM lessons that on the neighboring of small for contract ID 25 MO0169, construction of multipurpose building, community use developments and two barangay Pumuntuan, that will come last. Baging Lalo del Sur, the overall budget for the contract is 9,523,587.46. Contract duration is 160 calendar days, the cost of billing documents is 10,000. Required FICA license category is small B. For contract ID 25 MO0174, construction improvement of access roads, leading to declared tourism destination, Jumping Davao Bukidnon Road, Barangay Salvador. Leading is an eco site, Barangay San Miguel, Araking Market, which is a construction concrete road with 0.6289 kilometers. The approved budget for the contract is 9,650,000. Contract duration is 76 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents is 10,000. The required vessels category is small B. For contract ID 25 MO0196, preventive maintenance, Davao Cotabato Road, Junction Dimos Cotabato section, K1724 to K1724 +1003, Sultan Kudarat, Maguindano. This is an asphalt overlay with 4.012 lane kilometers. The approved budget for the contract is 96,500,000. Contract duration is 102 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents is 50,000. Income license category Region A. For contract 25 MO0269, construction of rainwater collection system. At Matalam, 4 units, Carmen 3 units, President Rojas 2 units, Antipas 2 units, Tulunan 2 units, Malang 2 units, Land 5 units, Yamba 2 units, Baikong 2 units, Maasim 2 units, Malabatan 2 units, Arabel 2 units. The approved budget for the contract is 7,590,664.08. Contract duration is 60 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents is 10,000 and the required pickup vessels category is small B. For contract ID 25 MO0270, repair maintenance of DPWH building, regional office 12, multipurpose covered court, ORD, staff house, parking area, guardhouse and record section, building network, building zone 3, DPWH regional office 12, compound Coronadal City. The approved budget for the contract is 6 million. Contract duration is 120 calendar days. The cost of bidding documents is 10,000. The required pickup license category of small B. For contract ID 25 MO0272. Repair maintenance of DPWH building, regional office 12, administrative building, RPA office and road deck. At zone 3, Coronadal City. The approved budget for the contract is 941,000. The contract duration of 90 calendar days. The cost of bidding documents is 1,000 and the required pickup license category of small B. For contract 26 MO0011, preventive maintenance, Isunan Junction, Aquino Road, P1785 plus minus 755, P1785 plus 897. That is Isunan Sultan Kudarat. This is an asphalt overlay of 6.608 kilometers. The approved budget for the contract is 221,247,425. Contract duration is 84 calendar days. The cost of bidding documents is 50,000. The required pickup license category of Region E. For contract ID 26MO0012, preventive maintenance, Maharlika Highway, Pardal Mapar Road, K1665 plus 088, K1665 plus 506, K1665 plus 506 to K1665 plus 795, Section ID S0148, and then change 0, change 242, change 3212, change 365, and Palamalong South Cotabato. This is an asphalt overlay with the approved budget for the contract of 76,258,160. Contract duration is 92 calendar days. Cost of reading documents is 50,000. The FICA assets category required is medium income. For contract ID 26MO0013, preventive maintenance, Maharlika Highway, Marble Mapar Road, K1676 plus 260, to K1677 plus 082 at Palamalong South Cotabato. This is an asphalt overlay, 4.369 kilometers. The approved budget for the contract is 91,447,260. Contract duration is 99 calendar days. The cost of reading documents is 50,000. The required FICA residence category of for contract ID 26MO0052, road widening Sarangani Davao del Sur Coastal Road, K1681 plus 892.2, K1687 plus 379 at Kalan Sarangani. This is a road widening with 11.02 kilometers. The approved budget for the contract is 150,838,185. Contract duration is 242 calendar days. The cost of leading documents is 50,000. In the required FICA assets category is medium B. For contract ID 26MO0053, road widening Sarangani Davao del Sur Coastal Road, K1705 plus 121 to K1711 plus 500 at Kalan Sarangani. This is a road widening with 12.8429 kilometers. The approved budget for the contract is 146,907,740. Contract duration is 240 calendar days, and the cost of building documents is 50,000. The FICA license category required is in June 8. The contract ID 26MO0067, road widening Maharlika Highway, Marble Mapar Road, K1661 plus 348 to K1663 plus 500. K1667 plus 744 to K1668, K1669 plus 065 to K1669 plus 243, K1670 to K1671, K1673 plus 350 to K1675 plus 196 at Palamalong South Cotabato. The approved budget for the contract is 137,768,225. The contract duration of 258 calendar days, and the cost of building documents is 50,000. The required FICA assets category is medium A. For contract ID 26MO0137, road widening Davao Cotabato Road, by section K1615 plus 116 to K1663 plus 9.5, Pagalungan, Maguindanao. The approved budget for the contract is 23,049,025. Contract duration is 126 calendar days. The cost of building documents is 25,000, and the required FICA assets category of small B. For contract ID 26MO0139, widening inside the Lower Mapar Road, K1720 plus 866, K1722 plus 834, at that is Anibo Maguindanao. The approval to support the contract is 91,516,740. Contract duration is 225 calendar days. The cost of bidding documents at 50,000 in the required FICA assets category is medium A. Go ahead and be up for the basic contract agreement, Madam Chair.
Thank you, sir. So to proceed with the discussion on the requirements of the bidding documents, which includes the instruction to bidders and the federal and special conditions of contracts, as well as the specifications, drawings, and bill of quantities. So this way, Master Engineer Roberto del Capulong of Plan and Sign.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For contract item 00081, construction of multipurpose building, Barangay Hall, Barangay Sangay, Balmansig, Sultan Kudarat. And contract ID 25M00169, construction of multipurpose building, Community Youth Development Center, Phase 2, Barangay Poblacion, Dato Pargas, Maguindanao del Sur. The scope of work is as follows. Part A, facilities for the engineer includes the following. Provision of field office for the engineer on rental basis. Part B, other general requirements includes the following. Permits and clearances, project billboard and signboard, occupational safety and health program, mobilization and demobilization, and geotechnical investigation. Under Part 3, civil, mechanical, electrical, and sanitary or plumbing works. Part A, earthworks includes the following. Structure excavation, common soil, embankment from structure excavation, and gravel fill. Part B, plain and reinforced concrete works includes the following. Structural concrete, class A at 28 days. Structural concrete, class B at 28 days. Reinforcing steel, deformed grade 40. Reinforcing steel, deformed grade 60. And formworks and false works. Part C, finishing and other civil works includes the following. Soil poisoning, sewer lines work, cold water lines, ceiling works, metal frame, fiber cement board, wall, 12mm fiber cement board on metal frame, aluminum frame glass door, swing type, aluminum glass windows, sliding type, aluminum glass windows, awning type, aluminum glass windows, fixed type, doors flush, doors wood panel, fabricated metal roofing accessory flashings, fabricated metal roofing accessory gutter, pre-painted metal sheets, corrugated type, long span, unglazed tiles, cement plaster finish, painting works on masonry and concrete, painting works on steel, metal deck panel, CHB non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel, 100mm thick, CHB non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel, 150mm thick, metal structure accessories, structural steel trusses, structural steel purlins, and railing. Part D, electrical works includes the following: conduits, boxes, and fittings. For contract ID 25M00174, construction or improvement of access roads leading to declared tourism destination, Junction Davao Bukidnon Road to Barangay San Miguel, leading to Peace and Eco Sites, Barangay San Miguel, Arakan, North Cotabato. The scope of work is as follows. Part A, facilities for the engineer includes the following. Provision of field office for the engineer on rental basis, and provision of 4x4 pickup type service vehicle for the engineer on their rental basis. Part B, other general requirements includes the following. Project billboard, signboard, occupational safety and health program, traffic management, and mobilization and demobilization. Part C, earthworks includes the following. Clearing and grubbing, individual removal of trees, small, 300 to 500mm in diameter. Individual removal of trees, small, 500 to 750mm in diameter. Surplus common excavation, structure excavation, common soil, foundation fill, embankment from roadway excavation, common soil, and subgrade preparation, common material. Part D, subbase and base course includes the following. Aggregate subbase course. Part E, surface courses includes the following. Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced, 150mm thick at 14 days, and Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced, 250mm thick at 14 days. Part F, bridge construction includes the following. Reinforcing steel deformed grade 40. Part G, drainage and slope protection structures includes the following. Stone masonry. Part H, miscellaneous structures includes the following. Warning signs. W1-3A, horizontal alignment curve left or right, 600mm. Warning signs. W1-5A, horizontal alignment, winding road, left or right, 600mm. Hazard markers, 450 by 600mm chevron signs. Seedlings and saplings for other programs and initiatives. Reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white and reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings yellow. For contract ID 25M00196, preventive maintenance, Davao Cotabato Road, Junction Digos Cotabato section, from K1724 plus 000 to K1724 plus 1003, Sukat Pidalat, Maguindanao. The scope of work is as follows. Part A, facilities for the engineer includes the following. Provision of field office for the engineer on bare rental basis, and provision of field office for the engineer on rental basis, and provision of 4x4 pickup type service vehicle for the engineer on bare rental basis. Part B, other general requirements includes the following. Project billboard, signboard, occupational safety and health program, traffic management, and mobilization and demobilization. Part C, earthworks includes the following. removal of actual structures and obstruction, removal of actual structures and obstruction, 280 millimeters thick PCCP unreinforced, surplus common excavation, structure excavation common soil, foundation fill, and subgrade preparation common material. Part D subbase and base course includes the following: aggregate subbase course. Part E surface courses includes the following: gravel surface course, emulsified asphalt, bituminous concrete surface wearing course, hot laid 50 millimeters thick, bituminous concrete surface binder course, hot laid 50 millimeters thick, and Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced, 280 millimeters thick at 14 days. Part F bridge construction includes the following: reinforcing steel deformed grade 14, structural concrete class B at 20.68 MPa, and lean concrete class B at 16.5 MPa. Part G drainage and slope protection structures includes the following: stone masonry. Part H miscellaneous structures includes the following: reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings yellow, concrete joint sealant, hot poured elastic pipe, and single arm solar LED roadway lighting 80 to 125 watts on a 12-meter pole. For contract ID 25 M00269, construction of rainwater collection systems, Bakalan 4 units, Carmen 3 units, President Law has 2 units, Antipas 2 units, Tulunan 2 units, Mlang 2 units, Land 5 units, Kiamba 2 units, Maitong 2 units, Maasim 2 units, and Malapatan 2 units, and Alabel 2 units. The scope of work is as follows. Part A facilities for the engineer includes the following: provision of field office for the engineer and rental basis. Part B other general requirements includes the following: project billboard and signboard, occupational safety and health program, and mobilization and immobilization. Under Part 3, civil, mechanical, electrical, and sanitary earthwork works, Part A earthworks includes the following: structure excavation, common soil, embankment from structure excavation, embankment from borrow and gravel fill. Part B plain and reinforced concrete works includes the following: structural concrete class A at 28 days, reinforcing steel deformed grade 40, and formworks and false works. Part C finishing and other civil works includes the following: storm drainage and downspout, cold water lines, fabricated metal roofing accessories gutter, cement plaster finish, painting works on masonry and concrete, and CHB non-load bearing including reinforcing steel 100 millimeters thick. For contract ID 25M00270, repair and maintenance of DPWH building, Regional Office 12, multipurpose covered court or the staff house, parking area, guardhouse and record section building, network building, DPWH Regional Office 12, compound, Coronadal City. The scope of work is as follows. Part B other general requirements includes the following: project billboard signboard, occupational safety and health program, and mobilization and immobilization. Under Part 3, civil, mechanical, electrical, and sanitary plant works, Part A earthworks includes the following: structure excavation, common soil, embankment from structure excavation, common soil, and gravel fill. Part B plain and reinforced concrete works includes the following: structural concrete class A 3000 PSI at 28 days, reinforcing steel deformed grade 40, reinforcing steel deformed grade 60, and formworks and false works. Part C finishing and other civil works includes the following: soil poisoning, sewer lines work, storm drainage and downspout, plumbing fixtures, cold water lines, ceiling 4.5 millimeters fiber cement board on metal frame, wall 4.5 millimeter fiber cement board on metal frame, aluminum glass windows awning type, aluminum glass windows fixed type, frames, doors, wood panel, fabricated metal roofing accessory, gauge 26 flashings, fabricated metal roofing accessory, gutters, gauge 24, pre-painted metal sheets about 0.427 millimeters thick, brick type long span, glazed tiles and trims, unglazed tiles, cement plaster finish, painting works on masonry and concrete, painting works on wood, painting works on steel, metal deck panel, aluminum cladding, PVC doors and frames, CHB non-load bearing including reinforcing steel 100 millimeters thick, CHB non-load bearing including reinforcing steel 150 millimeters thick, metal structure accessories, bolts and rods, metal structure accessories, turnbuckle, metal structure accessories, steel plates, structural steel and railing. Part D, electrical works includes the following: conduits, boxes and fittings, wires and wiring devices, panel board with main and branch breakers, and lighting fixtures and lamps. Part E, mechanical works includes the following: air conditioning system, package, or split pipe. For contract ID 25M00272, repair and maintenance of DPWH building, Regional Office 12, administrative building, including RPIO office and roof deck, Zone 3, Coronadal City. The scope of work is as follows. Part B, other general requirements includes the following: project billboard and signboard. Part 3, civil, mechanical, electrical, and sanitary plumbing works. Part C, earthworks includes Part C, finishing and other civil works includes the following: plumbing fixtures, ceiling 4.5 mm fiber cement board and metal frame, ceiling 4.5 mm marine plywood and metal frame, ceiling metal frame on gypsum board. Gypsum board and metal frame, wall aluminum metal cladding, cabinets, wall finishing hardware, waterproofing cement base, glazed tiles, trims, unglazed tiles, cement plaster finish, painting works on masonry and concrete, painting works on wood, PVC doors and frames, CHB non-load bearing, including reinforcement steel, 100 mm thick. Part D, electrical works includes the following: light fixtures and lamps. Part E, mechanical works includes the following: ventilating system. For contract ID 26M00011, preventive maintenance, Isulan Junction, Ninoy Aquino Road, from K1785 plus -755 to K1785 plus 897, Isulan Sultan Kudarat. The scope of work is as follows. Part A, facilities for the engineer includes the following: provision of field office for the engineer on rental basis, and provision of 4x4 pickup type service vehicle for the engineer on their rental basis. Part B, other general requirements includes the following: project report signboard, occupational safety and health program, traffic management, mobilization and immobilization. Part C, earthworks includes the following: removal of actual structures and obstruction, 150 mm thick PCCP unreinforced, structure excavation common soil, foundation fill, embankment from borrow common soil, and subgrade preparation common material. Part D, subbase and base course includes the following: aggregate subbase course. Part E, surface courses includes the following: emulsified asphalt, bituminous concrete surface wearing force hot laid 50 mm thick, bituminous concrete surface binder force hot laid 50 mm thick, Portland cement concrete pavement unlading force 280 mm thick at 14 days. Part F, bridge construction includes the following: reinforcing steel, deformed grade 40 and structural concrete, class B at 20.68 MPa. Part H, miscellaneous structures includes the following: placing topsoil, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings yellow, concrete joint sealant, hot poured elastic pipe, single arm solar LED roadway lighting, 80 to 125 watts on the 12-meter pole, double arm solar LED roadway lighting, 80 to 125 watts on 12-meter pole, delineators 200 by 100 mm by 3 mm thick plate with 3-inch diameter reflector bottom tap. Under Part 2E, finishing and other civil works includes the following: cement plaster finish, painting works on masonry and concrete, and CHB non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel, 150 mm thick. For contract ID 25M00012, preventive maintenance, Maharlika Highway, Marvel Mapa Road, from K1665 plus 088, K1665 plus 506, from K1665 plus 506 to K1665 plus 795. Section IDS 01482 MN, change 0 to change 242, change 321 to change 365, Ulumok South Tabaco. The scope of work is as follows. Part A, facilities for the engineer includes the following: provision of field office for the engineer on rental basis, and provision of 4x4 pickup type service vehicle for the engineer on variable basis. Part B, other general requirements includes the following: Project Billboard Signboard, Occupational Safety and Health Program, Traffic Management and Mobilization and Demobilization. Part C, earthworks includes the following: surface common excavation, structure excavation common soil, and subgrade preparation common material. Part B, subbase and base course includes the following: aggregate subbase course. Part E, surface courses includes the following: emulsified asphalt, bituminous concrete surface wearing course, hot lay 15 millimeters thick, bituminous concrete surface binder course, hot lay 15 millimeters thick, Portland cement concrete pavement and reinforced 200 millimeters thick at 14 days. Part F, bridge construction includes the following: reinforcement steel deformed grade 40 and structural concrete, class B at 20 state MPA. Part H, miscellaneous structures includes the following: refractorized thermoplastic pavement markings white, refractorized thermoplastic pavement markings concrete joint sealant half core elastic type, and single arm solar LED Volvo lighting 120 watts and 12-meter fold. For contract ID 26M001-00013, preventive maintenance, Maharlika Highway, Marbel Maka Road, from K1676 plus 268 to K1677 plus 832, Romero South of Debato. The scope of work is as follows: Part A, facilities for the engineer, is the following: provision of field office for the engineer on direct basis, and provision of 4x4 pickup tire service and for the engineer on direct basis. Part B, other general requirements includes the following: Project Billboard Signboard, occupational safety and health program, traffic management and mobilization. Part C, earthworks, is the following: removal of actual structures and construction, solar studs, structure excavation common soil, and embankment from borrow common soil. Part E, surface courses includes the following: emulsified asphalt, bituminous concrete surface wearing course, hot lay 50 millimeters thick, bituminous concrete surface binder course, hot lay 50 millimeters thick, and Portland cement concrete pavement, and reinforced 200 millimeters thick at 14 days. Part F, bridge construction includes the following: reinforcing steel deformed grade 40 and structural concrete, class B at 0.68. Part G, drainage and slope protection structures includes the following: stone masonry. Part H, miscellaneous structures includes the following: refractorized thermoplastic pavement markings white, refractorized thermoplastic pavement markings yellow, concrete joint sealant half core elastic type, and single arm solar LED roadway lighting 120 watts and a 12-meter pole. For contract ID 26M00052, road widening Salongani Davao Del Coastal Road from K1681 plus 892.2 to K1687 plus 379 Blan Salongani. And contract ID 26M00053, road widening Salongani Davao Del Coastal Road from K1705 plus 121 to K1711 plus 500 Blan Salongani. The scope of work is as follows: Part A, facilities for the engineering, is the following: provision of field office for the engineer on a rental basis, and provision of 4x4 pickup type service vehicles for the engineer on a rental basis. Part B, other general requirements includes the following: Project Billboard Signboard, occupational safety and health program, traffic management and mobilization. Part C, earthworks includes the following: individual removal of trees, small 300 to 500 millimeters in diameter, removal of actual structures in construction, removal of actual structures in construction concrete, removal of actual structures in construction 150 millimeters thick PCCP reinforced, removal of actual structures in construction 280 millimeters thick PCCP reinforced, removal of existing guardrails, removal of existing guardrail posts, removal of existing road signs, surface common excavation, structure excavation common soil, foundation fill, pipe culverts, drains excavation common soil, embankment from roadway excavation common soil, and subgrade preparation common material. Part B, subbase and base course includes the following: aggregate subbase course. Part E, surface courses includes the following: gravel surface course, Portland cement concrete pavement and reinforced 150 millimeters thick at 40 days. Portland cement concrete pavement and reinforced 180 millimeters thick at 40 days. Part F, bridge construction includes the following: reinforcing steel deformed grade 40, structural concrete class B at 20.68 MPa, structural concrete class A 24 at 20.68 MPa, and lean concrete class B at 16.5 MPa. Part G, drainage and flow protection structures includes the following: pipe culverts 910 millimeters in diameter, class 4 RCPC, pipe culverts 1,220 millimeters in diameter, class 4 RCPC, grouted riprap class A, and stone masonry. Part H, miscellaneous structures includes the following: installation of metal guardrail, metal beam, including post, single W beam, warning sign 600 by 600 millimeters, W6-1B, pedestrian and school signs, pedestrian crossing ahead, warning sign 600 millimeters by 600 millimeters, W6-2B, pedestrian and school signs, children crossing, warning sign 600 millimeters in diameter, W1-3A, horizontal alignment, curved left to right, Warning sign 600 millimeters in diameter, W1-48, horizontal alignment, reverse curve, left to right. Regulatory sign 600 millimeters, R3-16A, prohibitive or restrictive signs, provision of overtaking. Hazard markers 400 millimeters, 450 millimeters by 600 millimeters, chevron signs. Reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white and reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings yellow. For contract ID 26M00067, road widening, highway Naka Road, from K1661 plus 348 to K1663 plus 500, from K1667 plus 744 to K1668 plus 000, from K1669 plus 065 to K1669 plus 243, from K1670 plus 000 to K1671 plus 000, from K1673 plus 350 to K1675 plus 196, Palamon South Cotabato, and contract ID 26M00137, road widening, Davao Cotabato Road, Junction Digos Cotabato section from K1663 plus 116 to K1663 plus 945, Palungan, Maguindanao, and contract ID 26M00139, widening of Midsayap Tulawan Macau Road from K1720 plus 866, K1722 plus 834, Datos Salibo, Maguindanao. The scope of work is as follows. Part A facilities for the engineer includes the following: provision of field office for the engineer on rental basis and provision of 4x4 field type service for the engineer on bare rental basis. Part B other general requirements includes the following: project billboard signboard, occupational safety and health program, traffic management, and mobilization and demobilization. Part C earthworks includes the following: clearing and grubbing, surface common excavation, embankment from road excavation common soil, embankment from borrowed common soil, and subgrade preparation common material. Part D, sub-base and base course includes the following: aggregate sub-base course. Part E, surface courses includes the following: gravel surface course, Portland cement concrete pavement, unreinforced, 208 millimeters thick at 40 days. Part H, miscellaneous structures includes the following: metal guardrail, metal beam, including post, single W beam, metal beam and piece bull nose, hazard markers, 450 millimeters by 600 millimeters chevron signs, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement lining is white, and reflectorized thermoplastic pavement marking is yellow. That would be all, Madam.
Are there any questions with regard to the general conditions and special conditions of the contract? With regard to the repair or maintenance engineer, what are the specifications for the glaze tiles, yung size niya? Kasi hindi na mention. Yung glaze tiles, sir, glaze and unglazed tiles for the repair or maintenance of the PWH building. Is it 60 by 60 or 50 by 50, 40 by 40, or depende kung ano yung existing? So, understandable na yan, sir, sa contractor. Unless a plan is okay. Any questions from our observers?
Doon lang ako dyan, doon sa unit. Hindi na-specify kung ano yung specs ng delivery. So kasi napapansin natin yung mga delivery ngayon na nasa ginagawa sa mga hindi pa rin pareho. Pero kasi may delivery na with the lights, na may battery, may delivery naman na ginawa lang ng pang-individual na cut lang ng brain, ano yung prinsip, hindi lang ng delivery. So sabi ko dapat dito specify kung ano yung space mo. Certificate na kanta. Hindi yung binigation kasi nahihirapan din tayo magtalo sa power parts na wala na kami na ganito, wala na nag-release.
Notifications from the planning of the
Yes, yes, Madam Chair. Actually, sir, specified po siya sa PAO, anong yung ano niya. Ang description po niya is delineators, 200 millimeters by 100 millimeters by 3 millimeters thick plate with 3-inch diameter or 75 mm reflector, button type, zinc anneal plate with glass reflector and prismatic lenses.
Yun na yung ano. Kasi yung nakagayan nila yung pinag-ibig ko. Sabi mas pa ang ay, pero anong di sa until makikita rin dyan ng mga nililitor natin dyan na parang listing. Listing money. Nalugal na, makita mo, lalo na, malapit ka na. Pero kung malayo, hindi mo kayo makikita na may nililitor. So, hindi ko na, kaya i-raise ko lang ito, i-muna po yung suwan natin.
Oh, yes, sir. So with the specification provided by the planning and commission, is the construction sheet satisfied already with the, okay. So if there are no more questions, so shall we proceed with the discussions on the documents to be submitted by the bidders to form part of their technical proposal and financial proposal? So this will be discussed by Engineer Janela Maria Romano, Engineer Orpa Malazarte, and Engineer Vanessa J. Salazar. Also, the electronic submission and receipt of fees for the procurement of civil works will be discussed by Engineer Vanessa J. Salazar.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Once again, good morning, everyone. I will be discussing the technical requirements. This is also stated in the bidding documents under section 12.1. The first bid envelope shall contain the following technical documents, including the eligibility documents. First is the PhilJAC certificate of registration, platinum membership in accordance with section 20 of the IRR. Second is the PICAB license and registration in case of joint venture. C, statement of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. Fourth, or letter D, is a statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract, or SLCC, in accordance with the invitation to bid clause 5.5. The SLCC shall be supported by an owner's certificate of final acceptance issued by the project owner other than the contractor, or a final rating of at least satisfactory in the test. There are similar performance and monitoring systems. In case of contracts with the private sector, an equivalent document shall be submitted. E, NFCC computation and the net financial contracting capacity in accordance with IPP clause 5.6. F, the joint venture agreement, if applicable. G, the bid security in the prescribed form amount and amount in accordance with IPP clause 16 and the bid security under IPP clause 15. Reminder about the mentioned documents. All prospective bidders are reminded that they must declare at least one completed contract to serve as their single largest completed contract, or SLCC. The declared SLCC must be consistent with and supported by the records reflected in the civil works application or CWA. In addition, the net financial contracting capacity must be consistent with the completed contracts reflected in CWA. The financial capacity stated in the SLCC must be supported by the bidder's actual completed projects, as recorded in the CWA, and all documents must be verifiable. These requirements are pursuant to RA 12009. Non-compliance or misrepresentation shall result in disqualification and may subject the bidder to sanctions under RA 1200. Now, this is in line with the Department Order number 166 series of 2024 regards to the revised guidelines on the issuance of certificate of completion and certificate of final acceptance for locally funded projects. Now, this just serves as a reminder for the bidders of actually already in contract or ongoing projects with the office. So, under 90.2, section 90.2, for the procurement of infrastructure projects, the following warranties shall be made. From the time project construction commenced up to final acceptance, the contractor shall assume full responsibility for the following: any damage or destruction of the works except those occasioned by force majeure, the safety, protection, security, and convenience of its personnel, third parties, and the public at large, as well as the works, equipment, installation, and the like to be affected by its construction. Under section 90.2, 1 year from project completion up to final acceptance or the defects liability period, the contractor shall undertake the repair works at its own expense of any damage to the infrastructure on account of the use of materials of inferior quality, defects in the construction, or due to any violation of the terms of the contract, within 90 calendar days from the time that the head of the procuring entity has issued an order to to undertake repair. In case of failure or refusal to comply with this mandate, the procuring entity shall undertake such repair works and shall be entitled to full reimbursement of expenses incurred therein upon delivery. B, the defects liability period shall be covered by the performance security of the contractor required in section 68 of this IIR, which shall guarantee that the contractor performs its responsibilities stated in the immediate preceding section. If the contractor fails to comply with its obligation under section 90.2.28 of this IIR, the procuring entity shall forfeit its performance security, subject its properties to attachment or garnishment proceedings, and may impose the appropriate penalty under sections 99, 100, and 101 of the said IR. This is under 12009. All payables of the GOP in its favor shall be offset to recovery. That will be it.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Madam Chair. For the project technical requirements to be submitted by the contractors, first is the organizational chart for the contract to be bid signed by the authorized managing officer. And next is contractors list of key personnel. So these are the project manager, DPWH accredited contractors, project engineer, DPWH accredited contractors, materials engineer, construction safety officer 3, and construction foreman. For project manager, kindly include a copy of the TIN ID card. For project engineer, only accredited project engineers may be assigned to DPWH projects, subject to the limits given in Department Order Number 148, Series of 2024. For construction of buildings and bridges, contractors shall assign DPWH accredited project engineers in accordance with Department Order Number 227, Series of 2024, and shall attach a certificate of accreditation or report of rating. For materials engineer, must be DPWH accredited materials engineer. Attach also a certificate of accreditation. For safety officer 3, with mandatory 40-hour basic OSH training course applicable to the industry and additional 48 hours of advanced occupational safety training relevant to the industry as required by the DOLE. Attach also certificate of training for safety officer 3. Pledged personnel should not hold more than one position or designation per project. Attach or submit a copy of professional tax receipt for the current year for the assigned key personnel. So other pertinent documents, latest general information sheet or GIS reflecting the beneficial ownership information duly received by the Securities and Exchange for corporations, and sworn affidavit of eligibility and beneficial ownership in accordance with Section 82 of the Implementing Rules and Regulations of RA number 12009 and PhilJEPS Advisory number 2025-007. So all bidders shall require to submit a sworn disclosure or relation and beneficial ownership, clearly identifying the natural persons who ultimately own, control, or benefit from the bidding entity, whether directly or indirectly, through shareholding, voting rights, contractual arrangement, or other means of control in accordance with Section 81.1 of the IRR of RA number 12009. Also, attach a SO 9001 2015 certification or its latest applicable version in accordance with Department Order number 110, Series of 2024. So for the list of contractors, major equipment unit pledged to be used for the project must be supported by proof of ownership if it is owned or lease agreement. For lease equipment, a lease contract and certification or statement of availability of equipment should be submitted with the lessor or owner as the pledger of the equipment, stating that the equipment will be available during both qualification and for the whole duration of the project, duly signed and authorized. For owned equipment, certification or statement of availability of equipment should be submitted as the owner of the equipment, stating therein that the equipment will be available during post-qualification and for the whole duration of the project, duly signed and authorized. For purchase agreement, the description of the equipment to be purchased must be indicated in the document. Pledged vehicles purchased by the bidder contractor or covered by purchase agreement must be registered under the name of the proprietor or the company within 1 year from the execution of the agreement. Vehicles that remain unregistered under the specified name within 1 year of the execution of the deed of sale will be deemed non-responsive. Pledged vehicles should be validly insured under a policy other than the compulsory third-party liability and should have a valid registration with the Land Transportation Office on the day of opening of bids. Bidders must attach the following in their submitted bids: the copy of the LTO official receipt or certification of registration of their pledged vehicle registered under the name of the proprietor or the company, and a copy of the proof of insurance of the pledged vehicle other than the compulsory third-party liability. In all cases, the bidder should present the original of the documents during post-qualification. For the asphalt projects, the contractor shall attach a copy of certificate of accreditation issued by the DPWH BRS as per Department Order number 253, series of 2003. In addition, the location it operates must be located within the scope of this region. So all documents in support of the ownership of equipment pledge and all other documents photocopied from the original must be clear, readable, and certified as true copies. Next is the omnibus sworn statement by the prospective bidder in the form prescribed by the GPPB, duly signed and authorized. Minimum testing materials equipment. Contractors are required for the inclusion of the minimum materials testing equipment, the technical component of the bid in compliance with Department Order number 11, series of 2017. Contractors shall attach a copy of the inspection report and certification from DPWH. Next is sworn statement of conflict of interest by the prospective bidder or its authorized representative, duly signed and authorized. And lastly is the contractor's certification or affidavit on key personnel as to Department Order number 9, series of 2012, duly signed and authorized. And please take note for all our prospective bidders, all documents submitted must be book bound and paginated with corresponding labels or titles for easy reference and evaluation during the preliminary and the post-qualification stages. It will be all mentioned.
Good morning, everyone. For the financial requirements to be submitted with the prospective bidders, first is the bid form. It must be in accordance with the form prescribed in Section 9 of bidding forms. Contractors must write the original total price of bid written in figures and in words. If the contractor has a discount offered, please write the methodology of your application and indicate the new bid amount written in figures and in words. For the discounts offered, it will be deducted on the original bid amount and not on the ABC, and the amount written in words will prevail. Second is the bid prices and the bill of quantities. It consists of bid prices written in figures and in words. Third is the detailed estimates. It includes summary sheets indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment used, indicating also the direct and indirect costs in coming up with a bid. Fourth is the quarterly or monthly cash flow and payment schedule. There is also a prescribed form in Section 9 of bidding forms. And please state facilities for the engineer, the provision of 4x4 pick-up type service for the engineer in clear rental basis will be the same as stated in bid documents. The financial proposal that exceeds the ABC indicated shall be rejected, and any missing documents in the mentioned check for outright rejection of the bid. Next, the implementation of ISO 9001:2015, the certification requirement for large A, medium A, and medium B contractors in the procurement of infrastructure projects of the department, stating that all projects greater than 30 million are required to attach the ISO 9001:2015 certification to the submitted technical documents. For the other pertinent issues, first, contractors bid must submit one original copy and two photocopies. Likewise, the same must be book bounded and properly labeled, tagged, and paginated as per PO number 90 series of 2002. And for those contractors who will use SPA in submission of bid, please be informed that we will only acknowledge it if there is a corresponding email of the said SPA from the official email address of the contractors. For the requirements in notice of award, first is the notice with your signed conforme thereon, the required performance security, the required credit line or cash deposit certificate if applicable, the required contractor's all risk insurance, the precedence diagram method, manpower schedule, equipment utilization schedule, project organization chart, construction method, and construction safety and health program approved by the DOE. Next is the three-strike policy of the department. The provision governing the imposition of administrative sanctions for contractors who commit acts which tend to defeat the purpose of competitive bidding, such as habitually withdrawing from bidding, submitting late bids, or patently insufficient bid for at least 3 times within a year, except for valid reasons. I will also discuss the electronic submission and receipt of bids for the procurement of civil work contracts. For the preparation and submission of bids, prior to the deadline of submission of bids, the bidder shall send a copy of the official receipt of purchase of bidding documents in PDF format. An auto-reply email shall be sent to the bidder after successfully sending the official receipt to the proper email address. Bidders must prepare the electronic bid in a password-protective archive format and submit it to the email address identified in invitation to bid and bid data sheet. The submitted electronic bid shall contain 2 files, the technical and financial proposal, both in a password-protective archive format. Bidders must submit their electronic bid using their registered email address and suitable detail. The password-protective archive file submitted must be opened using the password provided by the bidder and must be successfully opened or accessed by the bot. Bidder shall be given a maximum of 3 attempts or a period of 15 minutes, whichever comes first, to provide the correct password, except in unforeseen justifiable circumstances. Otherwise, the bidder shall be disqualified. The bidder may also be subjected to the sanctions under DO number 17 series of 2015, the three-strike policy, as may be warranted under the circumstances. The official email address of our office is electronicbids_r12@dpwh.gov.ph. That would be all.
Thank you. Are there any questions from our prospective bidders or our guests from the attending today's pre-bid conference? So from our back members? So if there are none, may we hear the summary of proceedings from Engineer Janela Mariel Romano.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For the summary of proceedings for the 15 contracts for civil works, the basic contract data, including the contract description, ABC integration, was discussed by Engineer Passion Mr. Nastanin. The requirements of bidding documents, including instructions to bidders, general conditions of contract, special conditions of contract, specifications, the bill of quantities, was discussed by Engineer Roberto Gabriel Canal-Escoto. The documents to be submitted by the bidders in the technical proposal, this was discussed by yours truly, Engineer Janela Maria Romano and Engineer Juan Pablo. For the documents to be submitted in the financial proposal, and the guidelines for the electronic submission of bids was discussed by Engineer Panati J.T. Gonzalo. There are some points tackled throughout the conference, so a clarification from our last chairperson with regards to the specifications of the base styles for project ID 25M00270, the repair and maintenance of DPWH Urban Regional Office 12. So, a response from the Planning and Design Division, the Chief Engineer Mashud Mr. II, received that the sizes of the tiles will depend on the existing tiles on the said building. Another concern was raised by the Chief of the Construction Division, Engineer Manarico Alvaraki, with regards to the specifications of delineators not specified in the earlier procured projects, which lead to a various types of delineators being used in the implemented projects. This was the response to this was from Engineer Roberto Gabriel Conrado Capulo, which he said that this is already specified in the program of works, particularly in the B item description, which states the dimensions, the components, and the type of delineators that will be used. So for the 15 projects discussed, the deadline of the bid submission is on June 9, 2026 at 10 a.m. Late bids shall not be accepted, and the bid opening shall be on the same day, June 9, 2026 at 10:30 in the morning here at the DPWH Regional Office 12 Conference Room. Any revisions or changes in the discussed projects will be reflected in official bid bulletins if there will be. That will be all.
Okay, so the opening of this is June 9, 2026. Are all the block members available, or please make yourselves available on June 9, 2026? June 9, 2026 is a Tuesday. So any more items in our agenda for the conference? So if there are none, shall we adjourn the pre-bid conference and proceed to the bid opening? So do we have a motion from the back members?
There, for the adjournment of this, big conference. So proceed with the
Yes.
bid opening.
So there is a motion duly seconded for the conference and proceed with the bid opening. So all of our guests are attending pre-bid conference. Hereby excused. So if you are interested to observe the bid opening, you may excuse me. So for the bid opening, we only have one first projects and one participated by a lone bidder. Yes, sir. So for today's bid opening, we only have 25 MO0128 widening of permanent bridge, Alec Bridge, along Kidapawan Alam Road, 1650 plus 669 to case 50 plus 729. Dato Paglas Maguindanao del Sur with an ABC of 60,216,000. So for this project, we only have JDRC Construction and Supplies to draft their bid documents on or before 10 o'clock this morning. So we have also submitted their contract profile for evaluation in the civil works application of the department and upon evaluation in the CWA. The results yield that JDRC Construction and Supply have passed all of the eligibility requirements in the CWA. So we request the technical working group proceed with the opening of their sealed technical proposal. So for the benefit of our viewers, the head of the technical working group as shown is now reading the sealed technical proposal.
Please try.
I-review nyo.
Ano man to? Maybe bagay na. Yung dalawa. Dalawa lang, isa-isa lang pinitabi ang glitter.
of the technical proposal submitted by JDRC for 25 motion 1 days. So the criteria for the evaluation of the technical proposal is the absence or presence of the required documents. So this is the non-discretionary. So upon evaluation, it has been determined that JDRC has passed all the required documents and is going to be eligible. So may request the technical working group to proceed in the auditing of the resolved financial proposal.
Para malaman ng
With minus in the check. Password.
page one. Basta ba doon meron sa page? Kailangan mo isa.
Kasi naman nila yung bayan.
Dapat may ano, page 1.
Oh.
Palagyan mo ba? Wala ka lang. Yung dalawang page.
Talagay nila na ano, page 1.
Opo, ito lang. Sa sobrang dami. Requirement. Isa-isa na game.
Yun ito mag-is kasi WA.
Yes, automatic siya. Pag forward sa kanila yung payment.
Sino mag-forward?
Okay, PRS. Ibigay nila. Pero i-remind na lang for us.
Naananta na sa
Day one yung malaki yung survey. Congratulations!
Parang day one pa lang.
Are you back member?
Day one pa lang.
Yes.
Parang may walang pa-welcome sa amin.
This is your first, first day of your
Pag-direta ng klase mong Jessica.
New term.
Kapag ng mga
first day.
talagang pinagilita sila ni Director Gregory May. Kahit na-settle yung mga attachment, pinatay lang nila na walang pakita ng attachment.
Kapag na yung namin ko, send it po sir.
Hindi ko no other the director who cleared us, pinakita ko yung message at kung sige lang, tawag ko siya. Tawag ko siya. Hindi sila, ako nang para sa kanila.
May date, may
Kasi ang nangyari,
matik ko siya send to that date.
ang nangyari, yung nag-evaluate sa atin, siguro tinangal na siya, wala man lang magano sa kanya.
Wala na.
Pinasa na sa isa, without attaching the submission. Eh, minsan, naghihintay, makarating yung mga attachment na buti na, hindi ko pa nanilig yung sex ko kaya director marinig mo. Hindi ako pa.
Kung sir, di ba nandun sa iyo lahat?
Di ba?
I-send ko sa iyo yung mga full mga documents.
Pagka tinabong
financial proposal or KRC. So the components of the financial proposals are the lead form using the prescribed format and rate process. The detailed estimates and the quarterly or monthly cash flow. So upon evaluation by the bank, it has been determined that they have passed all the required documents for the financial components. And the bid offer of JDRC Construction and Supplies is 60,003,571 pesos and 10 centavos. No discount offer. I repeat, 60,003,571 pesos and 10 centavos. So the result of this bid opening shall be subject to the further bid evaluation by the public technical working groups and upon deliberation. So we shall proceed with the post qualification evaluation. So may we request the secretariat to present the timeline of activities for this project?
Hindi, isang kay Chante ko kay Rizal. Materials. Hindi kasi dyan mong kayo. Wala, ang schedule. Ayan, ayan. Number, oo. Sige, oo. Wala.
Wala sa number.
128. 128. Wala.
Kailangan sa activity.
Okay, 1 week na lang, sir. Tentative
Madala
lang.
na yung
Big event.
after, di ba naman, puntahan naman din.
Kasi
Karangan
for the tentative schedule for today's bid opening, for bid evaluation will be on June 2, 2026, and the post-qua evaluation will be on June 9, 2026.
may activity tayo iba dyan.
Wala ang tuig.
June 2, ang post, ay, ang bid evaluation,
Yun
ang
na
post-qua June 9. Opo. Evaluation lang. Dalawa lang. Oo.
Dalawa lang eh.
Ito. Hindi lang
Once it will work projects. At least then, that was results of the environment projects. So these are 85 MO, 7 and 25.